Hello and welcome to EC Electronics. This is a RRB preparation video. In this video, we will be seeing the previous year questions of RRB. That is, we are going to discuss the max questions of RRB, and we are going to see some areas of the max questions which are being asked continuously in the RRB exams. Okay, so the first type of question is the angle type of question, and in most of the case it will be related to a ladder or some poles, and we will be given some angle between the poles or the ladder, and we have to find any of the distances. So let's see what is such type of question. Okay, so a ladder 20 meter long is leaning against vertical wall. It makes an angle 30 degree with ground. How high on the wall ladder top touches? So that is a question, and the options given are option A 10 meter, option B 17.32 meter, C 34.64 meter, option D 30 meter. So in this question, we are given a ladder and we know there is a wall, and we are given an angle also. So what we need to do is here, we need to draw a figure from the facts given. Okay, so there is a wall, right? And a ladder is being leaning against the wall, means we have to keep the ladder like this. In order to climb the ladder, we have to put the ladder in a slanting position with the wall, right? And there is a ground between the ladder and the wall. So this is the ground, this is the ladder, this is the ladder, this is the ground, and this is the wall. Now another thing is given, it makes an angle 30 degree with the ground. What is making an angle 30 degree is the ladder is making a 30 degree with the wall. Now we know that the ladder is 20 meters long. That is, this is a ladder and which is 20 meters long. Now we have to find how high on the wall the ladder top touches. That is, this is a long wall, and at some point the top of the ladder is touching the wall, and we need to find this height, right? So we need to find this height. We know this length and we know an angle. Now if such question is coming, we need to know the sine, cosine and tan of certain angles in order to answer such type of question. So if you know these things by heart, you can answer this question very easily. So for that purpose, I have drawn a table here which consists of sine theta, cos theta and tan theta of certain angles, which is 0 degree, 30 degree, 45 degree, 60 degree and 90 degree. So for sine 0, it is 0, cos 0 is 1, tan 0 is 0. Again, for 30 degree, sine 30 is half, cos 30 is root 3 by 2 and tan 30 is 1 by root 3. Then 45 degree, sine 30 is 1 by root 2, sine 45 is 1 by root 2, cos 45 is also 1 by root 2, tan 45 is 1. Sine 60 is root 3 by 2, cos 60 is half and tan 60 is root 3. Sine 90 is 1, cos 90 is 0 and tan 90 is not defined. If you know this table, if you study this table, means you can answer this question in maybe 1 or 2 seconds. Okay, so that is very simple, and if you know this table. And again, you need to know what is sine, what is cos and what is tan. So if you consider this triangle, there is a, so this is a wall, right? This is a wall, this is a ground. The angle between the wall and the ground is always assumed to be perpendicular. That is, the wall and the ground is always making an angle of 90 degree. Okay, so this is the 90 degree. So if you consider this triangle, okay, so I'll draw another triangle for explanation purpose. So this is the 90 degree. This, say this angle is theta. Okay, this angle is theta and this is a 90 degree. So the side opposite to the 90 degree is the hypotenuse. Okay, this is the base. This is the altitude. So this base is also called adjacent side, adjacent, and the altitude is called opposite side when we are talking about the theta. So when theta is considered, This is the adjacent side. This base is adjacent side. This is the opposite side. Now, what is sine theta? Okay. Sine theta equal to opposite side by hypotenuse. Cos theta equal to adjacent side by, I'm just writing ADJ, by hypotenuse. So this is a very, very basic thing you will study in maybe 5th class, 6th class or something. So if you consider this theta, sine theta is the opposite side by the hypotenuse side, and cos theta is the adjacent side. This is the adjacent side. The adjacent side to this theta. Adjacent side by hypotenuse. Also, I am writing here tan theta equal to opposite side by adjacent side. I am just writing OPP by adjacent. Or sine theta can be written as, tan theta can be written as sine theta by cos theta. So these things you have to keep in mind. So these are the basics you need to know to answer this question. And if you know these things, you don't have to think, you just can directly answer. So what is given in the question? We are given an angle 30 degree, that is our theta. And we are also given, what is this? This is the hypotenuse. Now we need to find what we need to find. We need to find this, right? This means the height of the wall where the ladder's top touches. So considering this theta, this is the opposite side, right? So opposite side by hypotenuse, we need, when we want to find the opposite side, means we can take the sine theta. So just look into the table. What is sine 30? Here the theta is 30 degree, right? So the theta is 30 degree and we need to find what is sine 30. Sine 30 is half, right? So what is sine 30? That is here sine 30 equal to half, which is equal to your opposite side. Let this be x. We don't know. We have to find x by 20. Now we need x. X equal to this 20. This 2 and 20 will get cancelled and we will get 10 meters. So this is your answer. So the correct answer for this question is 10 meters. So only thing you need to study for this purpose or such questions is this table. If you know this table, if you know the values of these angles by heart, you can directly answer this question. So let's see what is the next question. Two poles of height 15 meter and 20 meter stand vertically upright on a plane. So this is also regarding the poles like that question, ladder like that question only. If the distance between their feet is 12 meter, find the distance between their tops. So we are given that there are two poles which are standing vertically up on the ground, right? So this is the ground. These are the two poles. Now the height of one pole is 15 meter. The height of the second one is 20 meter, right? So we have two poles with one height 15 and another one is with 20. They are vertical. If the distance between their feet is 12 meter, that is this distance is 12 meter, find the distance between their top. We need to find the distance between the tops. So how to find such a question? So we know that one is of height 15, another is of height 20 meter. For solving such type of questions, what we do is we have to draw a perpendicular line from the top of the smaller pole to the larger pole. So this is a perpendicular line we are drawing. Okay, we have to draw a perpendicular line. This is a perpendicular line from the top of this pole to the second pole. Okay, so this line is little bit slanting, sorry for that. Anyway, it should be perpendicular because they are standing upright. Now this is 90 degree. This is, what is this distance now? This is 12 meter, right? So this distance is same as this distance, which is 12 meters. Okay, what is this distance? This much is 15 and this pole is having a height of 20, means what is this much That is 20 minus 15, which is equal to 5 meter, right? So this distance is 5 meter. Now you have a triangle here. You have the base of the triangle. You have the altitude of the triangle, and you need to find the hypotenuse of the triangle. Hypotenuse is the side opposite to the 90 degree, right? So we have to apply Pythagoras theorem here. So what is Pythagoras theorem? The Pythagoras theorem states that if hypotenuse is this, then hypotenuse square is equal to base square plus altitude square. So this thing also you need to start. Hypotenuse square equal to base square plus altitude square. We have given base and altitude now, right? So we can directly find the hypotenuse, right? So hypotenuse square equal to, here base is 12 meters, that is 12 square plus 5 square. So hypotenuse equal to square root of 12 square plus 5 square, which is equal to 12 square is 144, right? 144 plus 25, right? So 144 plus 25 is 169, right? So that is equal to 13. So 13 meter is your answer here. That is, this distance is 13 meter, and that is your correct answer for this question, which is 13 meter. That is your option C. That is, the distance between their tops is 13 meter. Okay. So now we are going for the questions of BODMAS or PETMAS. Okay. So you will be given such a question. Given W equal to minus 2, X equal to 3, Y equal to 0, Z equal to minus 1 by 2. And you will be asked to find a complex sum. So I have just written it down also. And you have to find the answer of this sum. So in order to solve such a complex calculation or sum, you need to follow the BODMAS principle. It is a rule actually. So this B denotes brackets, O denotes of, D denotes division, M is for multiplication, A is for addition, and S is for subtraction. Also, in some places it is called PETMAS, whereas the P is parenthesis, it is same as that of bracket. E is for exponent, and rest is the same, right? Division, multiplication, addition and subtraction. So when a complex term or calculation is given, you have to follow this rule. That is, you have to first solve the bracket, then O for exponent, division, multiplication, then addition, and lastly the subtraction. So we are going to solve this question by following this rule or the BODMAS rule. So we are going to, I'm just writing it down, 2x into W minus Z. So inside the bracket, what is there? We have to solve for the brackets first. So the W minus Z term, I'm going to solve first. So what is W? It is minus 2. And what is Z? It is minus 1 by 2. So minus of minus 1 by 2, that is minus 2 plus 1 by 2, which is equal to minus 4 plus 1 by 2 equal to minus 3 by 2 is your result for your brackets, right? So I can write the rest of the sum as it is, that is 2x into minus 3 by 2 is your calculation now. Now what is your value for x? X equal to 3, right? So you can write 2 into 3 into minus 3 by 2. Now you can cancel this 2 and 2 and you will get minus 9, right? So the answer for this question is minus 9, which is your option A. The next type of question which we are going to discuss is the LCM HCF type of question. In this question, you will be given the HCF and LCM or both, and you will be asked to find the numbers, or either you will be given the HCF and the ratio of the numbers, and then you will be asked to find the LCM. So any of this will be asked. So that is the combination of LCM and HCF type of problem. So here the question is HCF of two numbers is 30. the ratio of the numbers is 4:5. What is the LCM? So in order to answer such type of question, you need to know some things. Okay, so here let us say the numbers are X and Y. I don't know anything about the numbers. I'm just assuming the numbers are X and Y. And I know one thing, that my HCF is equal to 13, right? Okay, so if HCF is 13, I can write X as 13 into A, and I can write Y as 13 into B. Now you don't know anything about A and B, but I know one thing, that A and B are relatively prime numbers. How can I say that A and B are relatively prime numbers? Okay, so for that purpose, I'll do something. I'll take two numbers. Okay, 4 and 6 I'll take. What is the HCF of these two numbers? 2, again 2 and 3, right? Now the HCF of these two numbers, 4 and 6, are 2. 2 is the highest common factor. Now when 2 is taken from the 4 and 6, the remaining, what is there? From 4, if you take a 2, you will get a 2. From 6, if you take a 2, you will get a 3. Now if you take this 2 and 3, these 2 and 3 are relatively prime, right? When you take the 2, the 3 is prime, and when 3 is considered, the 2 is prime. That is, 2 and 3 are relatively prime numbers. So for this conclusion, we are just taking two numbers A and B, which are relatively prime, and if you multiply the HCF with both this A and B, you will get your original numbers. Okay, so that is the principle here. So I'm going to take my number X as 13A, and I'm going to take my number Y as 13B. Whereas the A and B are two relatively prime numbers, because when you take the highest common factor from the numbers, from two numbers, when you take the common factors from them, the remaining terms or the remaining number in the two numbers will be relatively prime to each other. So that is the principle here. So A and B are relatively prime to each other. And also you can write the LCM of this X and Y equal to 13 into A into B. So the LCM of the X and Y will be equal to 13 into A into B. And also you can write X is 13A and Y is 13B. Okay. And now if you have to find the product of AB from this term, what will be AB? AB equal to LCM by 13 or LCM by HCF, right? So here the HCF is 13. So that's why we are writing it as 13. But in general, it will be HCF only. So if you take the A and B as two relatively prime numbers, and if you have to find this A and B, then, if you have to find the product of A and B, then AB will be equal to the LCM of the two numbers, that is X and Y, by the HCF. So these two things you have to keep in mind. Now if you know this much of things, you can answer this question. So what is given in the question? So in this question, they have given the HCF, right? You have the HCF now. And you have given the ratio between the two numbers. Now ratio between the two numbers, if you are given, then that is nothing but A is to B, right? Okay, so A is to B is given to you. Also the HCF is given to you. Then you are being asked to find the LCM. Okay, so from this question, LCM is equal to 13 or the HCF into A into B, right? So I will write this as HCF itself in order to identify. So LCM equal to HCF into A into B, whereas A and B are relatively prime to each other. Here also 4 and 5 are relatively prime to each other. So A and B are given to you, HCF is given to you, and you can find LCM. So LCM equal to 13 into 4 into 5, which is equal to 260 is your answer. So the correct answer for this question is 260, which is your option A. And also, if you are asked to find the numbers, how will you find the numbers now? Okay, so here, right, the x value equal to 13 into A, right? So here, okay, I'll remove this and write it as HCF itself. Here also HCF, right? So your first number x will be equal to HCF into A. So your x value equal to here HCF is 13. 13 into 4 is your first number and y equal to 13 into 5. Is equal to 13 into 4, which is equal to 52, and your second number is 45. Okay, so this is your two numbers and this is the LCM of the two numbers. And if you take the LCM of 52 and 45 also, you will get 260. Now, for answering such type of questions, you need to keep this much of things in mind. So, if two numbers are given and their LCM and HCF is given means, you can write the first number as HCF into some number and y as HCF into some other number, and this first number and second number, that is A and B, will be relatively prime to each other. And also you can write the LCM of the two numbers x and y as HCF into these relative prime numbers product, that is A into B. Also the product of A and B will be equal to LCM by HCF. So if you want to note these things, just note it down because this is very much useful for answering the LCM HCF type of questions. Okay, so please note this much of things. So that's all for today's video. I hope the video was useful for your RRB preparation. So if you are interested in watching RRB, ISRO or GATE exam preparation videos, then please do subscribe to the channel. We'll be seeing in the next video with another exam preparation. Okay.